Hello, a very good afternoon to you all, and welcome to episode 4, really? Yeah, I don't know why I'm bothering to count the episodes, but there we are. In today's show, we look at my top 20 70s singles. I will also jog your memory of the different shops that were in Penzance in the 70s that sold albums, singles, cassettes, etc. And I think you'll be surprised when we go down memory lane on that one. Okay, before we go down memory lane, today is Sunday and it's the 20th of February. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my week that's just gone. You may or may not know, probably not know, but I team up with a friend of mine called Rich, and we do paranormal research, investigations, and on YouTube we're known as Fab2 Investigations. If you want to pop along on the channel and have a little look. We've also done a podcast to do with the Beatles and Paul McCartney, so some interesting stuff there. But this week we've been looking at our local history and Mounts Bay, where St Michael's Mount is. A lot of you may know where that is. It's just off Mara Zion, but back in the days of 1014, things looked a little different in that bay. I can't really go on too much at the moment because there's an ongoing investigation, but we did a investigation on foot. We videoed it, photos, and we've discovered something which is it will change local history, and at the moment we cannot speak about it because we need to dot the I's and cross the T's and be sure of ourselves before we do it. So exciting stuff there. Right, so let's look at my top 20. I just had a memory come back to me then. Do you remember back in the 70s when if you was lucky you had a radio cassette, you could record the top 20 or whatever it was at the time, or you might have just had a radio and a cassette deck and did the recording on a Sunday night that way. And remember groaning out loud when the DJ used to cut in sort of halfway through a record, and you'd have to quickly rewind a little bit and then push play and try to find where he starts to speak and then stop, so you can record the next track on the top 20. And I think the worst DJ for that, you might argue differently, but Tony Blackburn was an absolute nightmare of butting in on songs before they finished. And he used to say some stupid phrases like, I can't remember now. Oh yeah, I do. He used to say, that was the sensation of the nation, like that. And used to go, oh no, that's another tape ruined by him and another song ruined. So yeah, I don't know if you guys remembering that. I mean, he used to pop into Curry's when we had enough pocket money to buy a cassette, a C60 that was 30 minutes on the A side and 30 minutes on the B side. And we used to take those little tabs out at the top, so your little sister wouldn't push it into the cassette deck and push record and wipe it all out. But yeah, I know I used to be really fussy on the tapes I bought, and I used to only Memorex will do, or TDK, and of course other brands are available. But yeah, those were the days. Pretty primitive, really. So let's have a look at my top 20. And in at 20, did I just sound like Tony Blackburn then? It's Paper Lace. Do you remember Paper Lace? With Billy Don't Be a Hero. And that was in 1974, believe it or not. And I remember my dad, we was listening to it one breakfast time And I said to Dad, well, what do you think of that? Like, and he goes, well, that's fairground music, that is, boy. And yeah, I always remember that. But a good track. I think there's a one-hit wonder, to be honest with you. Right, in at 19 is Ram Jam. And a lot of you are going to go, but they're a one-hit wonder as well. And the hit they had in 77 was Black Betty. Oh, Black Betty, bam. Oh, you know now, don't you? You're nodding. Oh, you're nodding as well. Oh no, you're nodding to music. You're listening to your phone. Okay, brilliant. In at 18, Marshall Hain, Dancing in the City. And that was in 1978. And I didn't realise until quite recently they were actually British. So, well done. Number 17 is the Boomtown Rats. And it's Mary of the Fourth Form. And brilliant single, loved it. And that was in the charts in 77. Number 16, I've got Queen, and you're going to be shocked. Bohemian Rhapsody. That was 1975. I think the video was more famous than the song, am I right? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's why it's at number 16 anyway. And number 15, and you'll probably laugh when you hear this one, it's the Rubettes with Sugar Baby Love. And that was 1974. Now, I've only got one ABBA song in this top 20, which, when you try to compile a top 20 of a decade, such as the 70s, when you finish, you think, oh God, I left that out, or I left that band out, and you know. So anyway, ABBA, I Have a Dream, and 79 that was. My favourite ABBA song. Another brilliant song is Rod Stewart, Sailing, and that was 1975. Made famous on that TV programme, Art Royal, was it? I think I'm right in that. Number 12, one of my sister's favourite groups, The Sweet, with Blockbuster, and that was 1973. Yeah, 73. Okay, and here's one of two. I got this guy features twice in my top 20. It's Gerry Rafferty, Baker Street, and it's in at number 11. And this was a hit in 78. And I remember that Christmas I bought the single for my sister, my eldest sister. Bit of nonsense information there, but you know. Right, number 10, Darts. Do you remember Darts? This is Duke of Earl, and this was 1979. And it went something like this. Duke of Earl, do. Oh yeah, you're all nodding, you know. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of singing, so don't go worrying, okay. Right, number 9. Typically Tropical with Barbados, and that was 75. Whoa, we're going to Barbados. See, I lied. I sang again. Number 8. And I use his name loosely, Paul McCartney, for reasons we might go down that road one day. McCartney and Wings, Band on the Run. And this was 1973, obviously taken from the album Band on the Run. A quite seriously brilliant track. Number 7, The Clash. And which one is it going to be? It's I Fought the Law, and that was 79. That was actually an EP, so when you bought that was a bit of a bargain. Number 6, and we're getting near the business end of things now, guys. Number 6 is Dave Edmunds, Queen of Hearts, and that is 1979. Now, number 5. This is the top 5. Number 5, The Stranglers with 5 Minutes, and that was 1978. That, believe it or not, is my favourite Stranglers song. And I've seen them live many a times. In at number 4 is Mud with Tiger Feet, and that was 1974. Number 3, he's there again, Gerry Rafferty, Night Owl, and that was 1979. Number 2, and you'll probably scratch your heads when I say this, but I love this song, is Glen Campbell, Rhinestone Cowboy, and that was 1975. And Steve Richards' number 1 in the hit parade is Tubeway Army, Our Friends Electric, which was 1979, and I've actually got the picture disc of. So, what did you think? A few surprises there, I guess. I wonder what your top 20 would be. And like I said, it's you write it out. I went through my singles, obviously, which took quite a long time to do, and it's stuff that you completely forget about, and you scratch your head and think, why did I buy that single? I've got what's it called? Gimme Gimme by ABBA, which I think is one of the worst ABBA songs that have come out, and I bought that, and it's in a plain sleeve. And why did I buy it? But anyway, we do these things on spur of the moment, don't we? I think the best collection I've got is of Squeeze, and there again, I love Squeeze. I've got every single that they ever produced, and they're all different kind of vinyls. Up the Junction was number 1, and that was 79, but that didn't even hit my hit parade. I got that in lilac vinyl. Yes, I've got Cool for Cats in pink, so they didn't make it. Don't you just love it when you spend 10-15 minutes talking into the mic, and then when you go to stop and listen to it, realise that you didn't hit record properly? Yeah, that just happened, and talked until my throat went really dry. But anyway, so let's look at the different shops in Penzance that used to sell vinyl, cassettes, and that sort of stuff. And we start with James Music Shop, which was down the bottom of the town. It was a family-run business. It used to sell instruments upstairs, and downstairs was the records, singles, cassettes, etc. And you didn't want to stay in there too long because you just felt that you were being watched all the time, like you weren't trusted. But we used to go in there just to drool over the electric guitar hanging on the wall. Single electric guitar. Anyway, so that was James Music Shop. Then you had Woolworth's Boots, and I didn't really like buying anything from there. Well, sometimes you had to, if the other shops didn't have what you want. Especially on the albums, they used to put their own stickers on, Boots Price Buster or something like that, and you buy the album and take it home and try to take the sticker off, and half the cover comes off in your hand, which was quite annoying, a waste of £1.25 whatever it cost for the album. What else we had? We had Shine Stylus. Now that figured in 3 different places in town, but first of all it was right down the bottom opposite the pet shop, and then they went to the arcade steps, and I can't remember where else they went then. It might have been twice, I'm not sure. So the other one, which you probably won't remember, and I think it was called West Country Music, and that was just behind the Green Market, where the car park is in Penzance, that little small car park. I think it's a cab office now, if memory serves me correctly. The other one, which I'd asked my wife last night, because I know it's called Four Boys at the moment, and that's just up from St John's Hall, and I think back in the day it was called Whites of Alverton. If I'm wrong, please let me know. And they used to sell albums and singles upstairs, but not a very big collection. I remember buying, I think the only single I bought from there was the Skids, Working for the Yankee Dollar. And that was a picture cover single. So, yeah, I think I've covered them all there, to be honest with you. So, which was the best shop and why? That has to be Shine Stylus. The staff in there were knowledgeable. They were with it, if you see what I mean. if you went in there for an obscure single that nobody else ever heard of, they could get it for you. They were fantastic. And they had a lot of older singles, so if you went in there for, say, the latest Stranglers one, say Duchess, you go in there and you're spot for choice because they got everything. Something Better Change, Peaches. So, and they wouldn't charge like the full amount. So if you went to Boots and say a single cost 75p, brand new single, just say, I'm just using that. It was roughly that sort of price. But their older stock, they would sell a little bit less. So you could pick it up like 50p. So you're getting a bargain. So that was the best shop, and that is why. So that's another show in the can, as they say. So next time we're going to look at my top 10 70s shows. Now I say top 10 because I had a hell of a job compiling 20 songs from the 70s without thinking it should be in top 30 or top 40. So top 10 70s shows. It might end up being top 20 because there's a lot to choose from, a lot of mini-series, stuff like that. So, I also want to tell you about the time when I was a mere lad, and we had a pamphlet pushed through our door telling us, got my words mixed up, of a sale of TVs, toasters, radios, that sort of stuff, and it was coming to our British Legion. And I want to tell you what happened that night, because I didn't go with any money because I didn't have any money, but I just went because we all went to see what it was like because it was new. So there's controversy. Oh my word, what's wrong with my words today? Controversy there. Thank you, Steve. You can get it right in the end. A lot of it, and even the police were involved. So that we're going to have a bit of chat about next time. Once again, thanks very much for listening, or enduring, whatever you want to put it down to. I hope you enjoyed my top 20. Some random ones in there. I wonder what your top 20 would be. Probably nothing like mine. But anyway, as I said, thank you very much. I hope your week goes well, or your month goes well. I'm not sure when I'll be back for episode 5. But until then, this is Steve Richards saying thank you very much. Stay safe.